My name is Joan Anuoluwa Ologundudu, and I'm the founder of Lifesaver Intervention Initiative. And today I'm going to be sharing with you the roundup of our fourth class, which is on dimensions of leadership. So, very quickly, we're going to be talking about the first one. The first one is everyday actionable leadership. Before I go on, if you've not subscribed to this channel, kindly click the subscribe button and feel free to share this with as many as those who might need this. Yeah, on to everyday actionable leadership. Self leadership to carry out daily responsibilities within or outside the sphere of our reach and capacity is everyday actionable leadership. In simpler terms, this refers to solving problems and filling gaps we are able to see and is within our reach to influence or action a positive change. So, your ability to decide that you'd not throw the trash you used just on the street, but wait until you find a waste bin before you dispose it is self leadership. That is everyday actionable leadership. Deciding to read a book every day and being disciplined enough to actually execute that plan is self leadership. Deciding to wake up in the morning and go to work early or go to your business place early and you are able to really do that is everyday actionable leadership. So, whether we like it or not, we are actually leading ourselves. Remember, I said you are either a leader of one, yourself, that is yourself, or you're a leader of more. So, everyone leads themselves. At least you're leading yourself. So, I'll move on to the next point, which is people development. This is human capital development, and what we are doing with the Leading for a Change course is actually people development. People development has to do with transforming lives. This is done by creating awareness, providing information, trainings, and access to anything that can improve the overall condition of a human being, pending on the specialization of the leader. So, our specialization is on leadership. So, your ability to inform people, to grow people, to bring any kind of information that can transform them, help them make better decisions, do things better, be more value driven, whatever adds value to people, tangibly or intangibly, is people development. So, this is another dimension of leadership. The third one is problem solving leadership. These people identify grander scale of problems and seek to solve them. Examples of leaders like this are Martin Luther King, Nelson Mandela, and our very own Jesus Christ. The world was in a deep mess and God needed someone to do something about it. And our beloved Jesus volunteered to become the sacrifice necessary for the problem to be solved. Your ability to volunteer to be at the lead or to take the lead for very large scale problems, things that go beyond your immediate environment, things that affect a lot of people, your ability to be at the center of creating change is actually problem solving leadership. So these grand scale problems might be in simple terms, it might be in larger terms, it could be political, it could be economical, it could come in different dimensions. And the fourth type of leadership I'm going to be talking about is skill induced leadership. This is basically workplace leadership. This is solving problems using your skill set. The skill set we employ in any field or career path we follow is skill induced leadership. For example, during the class, I was sharing with the participants that were present that a person who goes to school and studies medicine will be able to practice medicine because they have acquired the skills required for that. A person who studied law cannot function as a doctor because that person hasn't acquired the required skill to function in that area. So the skills we have can determine where we can lead. It can determine where we can function. It can determine where we can serve. It can determine where we can offer problems. Sorry, it can determine where we can provide solutions to problems. So, the question I'd like to ask us today, that I'd like us to reflect on, remember to get your hard cover and write this down, is what kind of a leader are you? I know the first one is a category we all fall into, because whether we like it or not, we have everyday actionable leadership, and the ability to manage this dimension of leadership well is what can help you to achieve your goals. Remember what we talked about in our first class, where we talked about what we want to become in the next 5 years, 10 years, and 20 years. Everyday actionable leadership is the particular thing you need to apply when you create systems, habits, and ensure that you carry out daily activities that lead you toward the fulfillment of those goals and visions you wrote in your alt cover. So, but aside that, are you a people development leader? Are you a problem solving leader, or you're a skill induced leader? So, this is why we are going to be working on a project, and that project is what will determine our certification for this course. I need us to identify what we can do with either of these leadership. So you're going to tell us the project you're working on, and we are going to have a metrics. There will be a metrics to measure the success of whatever you claim to do. Whatever it is you're going to submit as your project, we are going to have a metrics to measure that you're able to really accomplish it. So, Lifesaver Intervention Initiative and myself will be providing you advice, consultations, um, books, information you may need that could help you. So, you may want to even volunteer with us. We have a Teens Up. You may want to volunteer with Lifesaver Intervention Initiative. That is a project that is you're joining the people development part of leadership. So you just think about it. I don't know what is peculiar in your environment. I don't know the personal goals or vision you have for your life, but you'd have to identify a project you'd work on with regards to the four of these dimensions of leadership, and you share it with me or the admin on the Leading for a Change group, and then you work on it. Completion of the project will give you, completion of the project is what will help us award you with the certificate of being a leader who leads for change. It's important that we carry out a project, execute it, and we are able to see that we've been able to make a difference. Remember, that is the essence of what we are doing, and the reason why we are carrying out a project is so that we can actually experience what it feels like to be a leader. Some of us have been leading in various ways, but this time around we are going to be more intentional about it, because we would have metrics to measure success. I was sharing in a video that I'll be uploading on my YouTube page soon that whenever a person claims to be a leader, it's important that that leader is able to measure change for transformation in the life of those who claim to follow him. And if you're following a person as well, you should be able to measure change in your life, having followed a particular leader for a period of time. If a leader finds out that he or she is leading a particular person or a particular group of persons, and there is no trace, he or she cannot trace any tangible change or impact he has made in their lives, it's a sign that he's either not leading them well or they are not following well. The same thing goes for a follower. If a follower finds out that they've been following a particular leader for a certain period of time and they cannot um pick out or point out a tangible or intangible. When I say intangible, it could be mental, maybe a new way of thinking. That is the intangible aspect I'm talking about. So a follower must be able to measure change. A follower must be able to identify the improvements, the transformations, the good things that have happened because they encountered a person who has been leading them for a period of time. So we are going to be putting up a metrics to measure the success of whatever project we claim to do. So whichever project we'll be doing has to be under everyday actionable leadership, people development, problem solving leadership, skill induced leadership. And you may add everyday actionable leadership, but the certification will be based on what you do for people under people development or skill induced leadership. For problem solving leadership, you might want to take that up, but because problem solving leadership might take a very long time to execute and measure change and the positive impact you've made, I would advise you skip that. But if you think it's something you can do within a short time and will be able to award you your certificate, that is fine. But for the sake of time, you might want to just focus on people development or skill induced leadership. So if you have any question, please feel free to ask. My details are in the description section of this audio, so you can reach me or you can leave a comment and ask your question. Remember to subscribe to this channel and feel free to share the contents of this audio record. Thank you once again. My name is Joan. You can follow me on Instagram. I'm Joan Anuoluwa. You can follow me on Twitter. I'm Anuoluwa Joan on Twitter. And my details are also in the description center. You can reach out to me. Thank you. Have a great day.